Bokeh. It comes from the Japanese word boke, which means to blur or to haze. So in photography, we sometimes want the background blurred so that the subject in the front stands out even more. It's not something we want all the time, but there are times where this, what we call bokeh, come in very handy and accentuates your imagery. So let's get to it. So you've decided you want that blurry or hazy look in the background of your photograph. How do you do it? This is going to be one of those situations where automatic isn't going to work for you probably, because automatic is wanting to create an image where as much of that image is in focus as possible. This is one of the times we're going to the manual mode is going to get the imagery that you want. Once you click it into the manual mode, you need to go to the smallest f-stop your lens will allow. What that's doing is inside the lens, it's opening the aperture to the farthest amount and letting in the most amount of light, most amount of that image. When that happens, it decreases the depth of field. Now we know that there's a focus plane. There's a plane that you focused on that is completely in focus, and then the depth of field is slightly out of focus from that point, but still acceptable. You can still see things relatively clearly. But when you open that aperture, you're decreasing that depth of field, which is causing things incredibly close and incredibly far away to become more blurry. And that's what we're trying to accomplish in this bokeh. So distance from the subject can increase that blurriness, and your aperture, your lowest f-stop possible, will also help create this bokeh image. Kit lens, maybe 3.5 to 5.6. You want to go to the 3.5. You want to go to the smallest number. Do you have to have a high-end lens with an incredibly low aperture setting to make a bokeh photograph? Absolutely not. It helps. It helps to have a fast lens like that. But this is an inexpensive camera. This is a YI-M1 Chinese camera. And it created this photograph. What did I do? I put it on the manual function. This lens will only go to 3.5, so I put it on 3.5 and I took this photograph. Any lens that you have the ability to do that with will create this imagery, but you may be looking for a certain extent of or how much blurriness you want. Once again, look at this monster. This is a Sigma contemporary lens. It goes from 150 millimeter to 600 millimeters. And I created this image with it. And understand, the lowest f-stop on this particular lens, 5. So that's not a very low f-stop. That's not letting a lot of light into the lens, and you can still create the bokeh with it. So you don't have to have a specific lens just for doing this. Something else to think about. The software, your post-production software that you use to enhance your photographs. It's getting amazing now. There's a lot of AI functions that are built into it to where you can click the AI button and it will pick your image. It'll pick the image that you're focused in on and separate it from the background. At that point, you can eliminate the background or you can blur it. You can bokeh it with the software. So in that situation, you don't necessarily have to have a specific lens or a specific image in general that you were trying to create the bokeh with. You can use any image and use the software to create it. It's amazing. So where do you want your money to go? Having a fast lens is a wonderful thing. Having a lens with a huge aperture, if you're in low light conditions, that might be where you want to put your money, into a piece of glass like that. Or at the same time, you may just want to put your money into the software where you can do a lot of other things other than that. It's totally up to you, but that's how you produce that image. You decrease the depth of field, you use distance to make the background blurrier or blurrier, and that's how you get your bokeh. Well, I hope this video was helpful to you. You want to be helpful to me? Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. Like and share the video. And leave something in the comments. I love it when there's comments, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day.